Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So I will ask some questions. You people try to answer it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so what we have discussed on the last session?
Ma'am, joins inner join, left join, and right join.
Okay, inner
Cross
join,
join.
left join, right join, and one more.
Cross join, ma'am.
Cross
Cross
join
join.
are
Yes.
discussed, but you haven't showed us how to implement that. Yeah.
Cross join we have tried with an example too. You didn't watch that recording?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Done,
ma'am.
done,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Done.
You're already done.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay, good. Then, okay, you people tell me what are the aggregate functions? I mean,
Max, min,
aggregate operators.
max,
Hmm?
min,
Hmm?
max, minimum, count, sum, average.
Okay. Max, min, sum, count, average. Okay, good. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about set operators. Anybody know what is set operators? We have already learned this in schooling only.
Union,
Set operators.
Ma'am.
union,
Yes, union.
Union,
union,
intersection,
Okay.
and
intersection, union all.
Okay, good. So we're going to discuss about union, union all, and intersect. Okay. So, and one more thing we are going to discuss today, that is group by and having class. Okay.
Order by ma'am.
Order I have already done, but still I will tell you again today. Okay. If you have any
Okay.
doubts, means you can clarify.
Okay, ma'am.
So, okay. So I'm gonna tell about union, union all intersect. Okay. So anybody have any idea about union all intersect? So you know the symbol of union first.
yes, ma'am.
You.
It is like you,
Okay. And what about
Side.
intersect?
opposite, just opposite of.
Opposite, ma'am.
Okay. Good. Okay. Everybody done that assignment which I shared on like operator?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, today I'm gonna give you another assignment, and that is very simple if you concentrated on these topics. Okay, so what is union? The definition is here,
All
you
the
can study, but you
data
can't
of,
understand, I guess.
ma'am, all the data of table 1 and all the data of table 2 will be there in union.
All the data of table 1 and all the
Table 2.
data of table 2. Okay.
But
So what
duplicate
is
is not allowed.
joins?
Joins is like common data will be there.
Common data will be there in joins, but okay, then what is intersect?
Same in intersection and
Okay,
only
if
common.
union, joins, set operations, joins are same way, then why they mentioned unions and all?
Union means all data from first table and all data from second, but duplicate is not allowed.
Duplicate is not allowed in what?
Yes, ma'am. Union.
Union.
Yes, ma'am.
Union all duplicate allows?
Yes, ma'am. Duplicate allowed.
Okay, it's okay. So where is the paint? Okay, so I hope you people remember this.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have combined two tables based on the what? Based on what?
Department ID and
Common
manager
column,
ID.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Common.
Yes, common.
Yeah. So based on common column, we have joined two tables. So what is unions? Okay. So select. First, let me fetch the tables from here. Employee. Okay, we came to this employee database and we have fetched data related to employees. And another one is departments. Okay. Can someone tell me that inner join query? Anybody?
Select star.
Select column name.
Okay. Control C and twice. I'm executing these two to get the table information. Okay, so if you see here, the column IDs are there, so we can copy these IDs from here. Employee ID,
First name, last
first name,
last name.
last name, and okay, I think these are enough for us. Okay, from the departments table
Yes,
also we
ma'am.
take
Department.
Department ID.
department ID. So okay, if you see here, department ID, whatever it is there here, department ID is there in both the tables, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we need to mention here from which table we are fetching the data. So which table? From the employee table or from the department table?
Department.
Department table.
Okay, so we have to mention here DEP dot
Department.
department
Department
ID.
ID.
Okay, from employees EMP. We are giving alias name here. It's a temporary name for this query only. Okay, from employees EMP inner join. Inner join which table?
Department. D.
Departments.
Departments DEP.
On.
What condition?
On.
On join.
On
In
department ID.
Okay, so if you see here, department ID in the employee table and also department ID in the department table. So we can see here, department ID is the common column, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So based on that, we are linking. So what we need to mention here? Employee
EMP
dot
EMP dot department ID.
ID.
is equal to
DP dot
Dep
department.
dot TMP department ID.
department dot
Department ID.
department ID. Fine. So you people remember this query.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have got the data here. So if you see here, employee ID is from employee table and the first name is from
Employee table.
employee table and the last name is
Employee
also from
table.
employee table. But the
Employee
department
table.
ID is from
Department.
Department table.
department ID.
So department.
So department table. So you can see here the two tables are combining and giving us a one table, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if two tables combine.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
This is the definition of view.
What?
So, ma'am, in an interview, the interviewer asked me what is view. So, is this the view?
View?
Yes, ma'am.
No, not this is not view. View is different.
Okay. So, what is that?
View is a complex concept. That is not basic concept, but view is nothing but it give all the basic, like how many databases are there, how many tables are there, how many procedures, how many functions. So it will give everything, the count and all.
Okay, basically whatever we describe the table is that view.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Gives us a single table. Okay, so you people understood? By combining columns from both tables. Okay. Okay, so what is unions now? Union operator is used to combine the result set of two or more select statements. It removes duplicate rows between the various select statements. So what it is telling is to combine the result sets of two or more select statements. Okay, fine. So we'll go there. And we are fetching some data here. Select department ID is there in both tables, right? Department ID department ID and manager ID is there in both tables. I mean, in both tables, right? So if you see here in this department table also, department ID is there and also manager ID is there.
ID is also.
Okay. So I'm going to combine these both department ID and manager ID from these both tables. So department ID and manager ID from employees. So we have to use here union and select the same. Control C. But we have to change here department table. So what if you execute this, what it will show? Anyone?
It will show the unique rows.
It will show the unique rows, and we need to know the format too. Okay, so you people tell me here we have given department ID and the manager ID from the employees union and the department ID manager ID from departments. So where are the other two columns which we mentioned here?
Is merged.
Yeah, so what unions do is it will take the data from here. So if you see here, I'm executing this. So here if you see department ID and manager ID from employees table, we have fetched it. Okay, and if you see here department ID, manager ID from departments. Okay, it is also fetched. But if you are trying to execute these both using union operator, the both data which we get from employees and the data which we get from departments will be merged and it will show into only one table. Okay, we have used it here union. So that means I think this one is visible to you all people. This 221.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if you see here 221 department ID, manager ID, we are fetching from employees table. That means how many rows are there? 21 rows are there.
21.
Okay. In the next 222, select department ID, manager ID from departments. So how many rows are there? 8 rows.
8.
8
Okay.
rows.
So we are doing these both connecting by using union. So how many rows we get? 25 rows. Can anybody tell me that why we get only 25 rows?
Let's remove the duplicate.
Only common data is there and duplicates are not allowed here.
Yeah. So only it fetches only unique data, not common. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Unique data from both tables. So if we use here union all, then what it will happen? So from the employees table, 21 rows are there, and from the departments table, 8 rows are there. So total how many rows it will be?
29.
29. So if we execute this, we'll get 29 rows, right? So what is the thing we have to understood here is if we do joins by connecting two tables, the extra column is added, which we have given in the select column, right? But here the rows are adding, not the columns. You understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Repeat again, ma'am. Last line repeat.
I will tell you. So this department ID from which one? Which table?
Department.
Yeah. So this ID is from department table. So it's combining that column and it's fetching here, right?
Yes.
When we are doing joins. But here in union all, when we are fetching the data from two tables, it's not adding the extra columns. It's directly adding data in the rows itself, not adding extra columns, right? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not adding extra department ID, manager ID for the department table. It's directly fetching this data and inserting in this. Understood? Not understanding?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So,
No, ma'am.
okay, you people tell me that if I executed this inner join query, what will happen?
It'll only
It's
show the
combining
common
two
data
table
from both
columns,
the.
right? It's combining
Yes.
two table columns. Two table columns. So these three columns are from employee table. These first three columns are from employee table and the department ID is from department table.
Department table.
So it's fetching the data based on that inner join, based on the common data between these. But here we can fetch data from the employees table. Like we can fetch the data from the employees table and also we can fetch the data from the departments table. So what's happening here when we are using union or union all, it's the result set. The result set which we get from employees table and the result set which we get from departments table, it's both merging, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's merging
ma'am.
and showing into only one table like this, but it's not adding extra two columns which we mentioned here. So whatever the data it fetches from the second table also, it merges with the first table. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll give you one more example here. So when coming to employees table, employee table, what is that? Okay, name occupation is there here. So we'll take this data. Select name, occupation, and working date. Okay, from which table it is? Employee. So we have taken data from employee table. Okay. Now another table is there, which is employees. So in this, what it contains? Okay. So let's start from employees. So if you see here, I have already fetched some columns, which is name, occupation, working date from which table?
Employee.
Yeah, employee table. And we have another table which is employee. So you people don't confuse because names are almost same, but the difference is, yes, the first table which we fetch the data from employee table and another table is employees table. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So union. So in this table, what we need? We want select first name.
Last
Okay. Select first name and
email.
okay. But one more thing. What is job ID? Okay. Job ID and hire date. Employees. So if I execute it, what will happen? So if we execute this only employee table, we will get the information only from the employee table, right? We get the information only from the employee table, where the columns are name, occupation, working date. And if we execute this employees table, we get the data from employees table like first name, job ID, hire date. And if we execute these both by using union, what will happen? We get both data merged here. So first name, occupation, working date. So every time when you are using union, it will take the first three columns, whatever you have mentioned. It won't take these names. It will take these names, name, occupation, working date. So here, if we see this name, occupation, working date, it fetches the data from which table first?
Employee.
Employee.
For you people, I'm executing it here. Control V. Okay, I'm executing these both. Okay. So if you see here, first I have executed only this query, that is select name, occupation, working date from employee table. So what it fetches? Name, occupation, working date, Warner. The first name is Warner, right? And the last name is, okay, the first name is Robin and the last name is what? Antonio.
Antonio.
Okay, so I'm going to the next result, which is nothing but this union query. So here, if you see here, the first name is Robin. Okay, and the last name is Antonio only. But what about the remaining data? The remaining data is from which table?
Employees.
Yeah,
Employees.
the remaining data is from employees table. It's merging both the result set. Okay. So it's merging both the result set and it's giving it has only one table. Okay. So when you are doing joins, we will get added that columns. But when we are doing union, the rows will get added because it's merging the data. Okay.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
only common row will be merged, ma'am.
No common row.
Like occupation, name and working date, not the like hire date or something. Job ID is also not here. So
It will not fetch like it will fetch all the unique data, not common
okay.
data when you are using union.
Okay.
If you are using union all means it will fetch all the data
All the data.
from both the tables. So if you see here 27 and here after adding union all, the data will be 33. So what are the constraints are there by when we are using union all and all? So okay, the column that you wish to retrieve. So first what do we give? Select and the column names from table where condition distinct. So we need not to use distinct here. We can use union. Okay, so distinct optional removes duplicate from the result set. So you already know what is distinct, right? We get only unique values but not duplicates.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so what it's telling here removes duplicate from the result set, but the inclusion of the distinct modifier has no impact on the result set of the union operator because by default the union operator already removes duplicates. Okay. So if you use union, it will automatically remove duplicates. So we need not to add distinct. So note. So it is very important when we are using unions, set operations and all. So what it's saying, there must be same number of expressions in both select statements. Same number of expressions in both select statements means what? So if you see here, I have taken 3 columns, right? What are the 3 columns here? Name, occupation, working date
Working
from
date.
employee table and union all or union whatever. So if you see the second line, that means second select statement, first name, job ID, hire date. So I have taken another 3 columns. So the count should be same. Like here I have taken 3 columns and here also I have taken 3 columns. So what if I add another column?
Error will.
Yeah, we'll get here error. Hire date. Okay, I'm adding salary here. So if you see here, what it's telling, the user select statement have a different number of columns. So it's saying that different number of columns. So here at first 3 columns are there and in the union all, and the next in the next select query, how many columns are there? 4 columns are there. Okay, if we are merging this data, 3 columns are okay because it will merge in this 3 columns. Then what about the salary? Where it will merge?
Nowhere.
Yeah, so it has no space, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why it's telling that there must be same number of expressions in both select statements. So if we are taking one select statement and it contains 3 columns, and we have taken another select statement and it contains 3 select statements, 3 select columns. So if we combine these both, it will be fine. If you are taking like this, like 3 columns from the first select statement and 4 columns like we have added before salary too. So we are taking different select statements, different columns, then it will be difficult. Okay, it will not give the solution which you expected. It gives the error. So whenever you are using union, the columns are same in both. Yeah, the columns should be same in both select statements. Okay. And since the union operator by default removes all duplicate rows from the result set, providing the union distinct modifier has no effect on the result set. So we need not to mention distinct here if we want unique. The column names from the first select statement, the union operator uses the column names for the result set. So what is telling? the column names from the first select statement in the union operator are used as column names for the result set. So whatever we are executing this, the column names, which column names it's using? Here you can see here name,
First.
occupation, working date. Name, occupation, working. The first select statement column names are used when giving the result set. Okay, so that's what it's telling that. You understood?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am. Excuse
Yes.
me.
Yes, yes.
Why did not showing here job ID?
Which one?
Have
Yeah,
entered
it will
first
not
name
show
job
these.
ID headed. Yes.
Yeah, it will not show this column names because it's taking this first, the name, occupation, working date. So it's take this name, occupation, working date when giving the result set, and the data it will fetch, whatever the data it will fetch from the second select statement, the data will be automatically added to the result set, the continuation data. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, in the joints it is different because whenever you are selecting some columns in the joints, it will give it in this column names by creating new columns, right? The first name, job ID, hide date, it will get like this. But this is just merging the result set. Like whatever the data is searching from the select statements, it's just merging and giving us. Okay.
Okay.
So, and one more thing that is very important when we are using unions. What that is? So if you see here name is what? Which data type?
Varchar.
Varchar.
Yeah. And the occupation
Varchar.
Also Varchar.
and the working date?
Date.
Yes,
In
date. So if you observe here, the first name is nothing but what?
Varchar.
Yeah, the first name is Varchar and the job ID.
In.
Job ID we have mentioned here, but the name wise we can feel that it is,
It's string.
yeah,
Varchar.
we can feel that ID. If you see here ID, we can feel that it is an integer, but the data is there in Varchar only. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And the hide date, date.
Date.
So if you see here, both these data types are same, na? Name Varchar and
Yes,
the first
ma'am.
name Varchar. Occupation Varchar, job ID Varchar, and working date, date, and hide date, date. So we should follow this same order. Okay. Like what? If we are working date, if we took here, the last one is working date. So what if we keep your working date in the middle of that? What it will happen? And if we keep job ID as last, will it execute or it create an error?
It will throw an error.
Yeah, of course it will throw an error. It's not. Okay, so name, occupation, working date. So what it's, okay, I think someone has given that in Varchar only, both, I guess. Okay, let's check the employee table schema and employees table schema. So in the employee, where we have changed it, working date here is working date here is what? Date. Date default null. And here hide date not null. Okay.
I'm try using union once instead of union all.
Okay. I'm keeping this as the first one. Okay. That means it will take whatever the alignment is. So here occupation is what? Which data type?
Marker.
Varchar.
Varchar. Occupation is varchar, but in the last hide date,
State.
date not null, but still it's merging the data.
So ma'am, only the column count should be same, I think.
I think mostly, I guess, but since the column names are different between the two select statement, it is more advantageous to look at the columns in the order class by the position. We have sorted the results. Okay. It only returns distinct rows from the result set of two queries. It returns the duplicate values from the result set of two queries. So you people already know that what union will give and what union all will give, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Slower in comparison to the union all operator and execute fast as there is no need to filter the result set. Okay, so when we are using union all, it doesn't need to filter what is the common and what is not common. That is what is the unique data and what are included duplicate data. So union all is fast compared to the union. So, okay. So what we have understood, we can keep any alignment here, but the column names, I mean the column count should match. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if here in the first select query, 3 columns are there, then the second also 3 columns should be there.
Column.
Then only it merged the data. So what is intersect now? Intersect is nothing but the common data between two select queries, right? Okay. So if you see here, there is one table and here also another data set to another table is there. So if you see here only common data, the data in between this one will get the records only the common between the two. So how to, you already know that if we are using inner join, we'll get the common data, but that is different. When we are doing inner join, we'll get common data, but it will not merge the data. Like it will not increase the data. It will directly give another columns by adding it. What we are giving the column names, it will directly purchase and giving it us. So what is intersect? Although there is no intersect operator in MySQL. So if you see here what he mentioned, there is no intersect operator in MySQL. But you already know what is intersect will do. What intersect will do, it will take the common data and it will fetch, right? So you can easily simulate this type of query using either the in class or the exist class, depending on the complexity of the intersect query. So you remember in class, in operator?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In operator, what it will do? So whatever we have given, give the data which in, it will give if it is matches. So What intersect will give? Common data, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if we come here, select star from employees table, select employee ID, first name and last name from this table.
Employees.
Employees.
Okay. Employees where department ID in,
ID.
90.
Packet.
yeah. So select start from departments. So we already know that the employee table and the department table has the common ID. That is what? Department ID, right?
Department ID.
Department.
So select ID from departments. So can anybody know that what it will return?
Will return ma'am department name.
Yeah, this is nothing but subqueries. Okay. So first it will come here. So we have given one query, we have written one query, and in that we have written another query. This is nothing but we call it as subquery. So select ID from department. So if I'm just selecting this and I'm executing this, unknown column ID. Okay, I think it's
Department ID.
department ID, right?
Department.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So department ID. If we are only executing this, what it will give?
ID, ma'am.
No,
All the
only the
department
department
IDs.
ID.
So if it fetches all the department IDs, then it will fetch data where department ID in. So it will try to match whatever the department IDs it's searching. It will try to match where department ID in. So this query will return all these IDs. Okay. And it will try to match where department ID in. If it's 50. So first in this table, some department IDs are already there in the employees table. So 50 is there in this 50 there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
it matches means it will fetch data, like it will compare this in this department ID, whether in this department ID, if any of these IDs are matching, it will try to fetch. So what it's trying to fetch? The common IDs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it will give some values. So by some values, it's trying to match it with this query. So whether these employees table IDs are matching with department IDs. So if these IDs are matching, then only it will fetch the data which are common. So we have got the data from which table now?
Both the
Employees.
tables.
Yeah, we have got the data from employees table only, not from the departments table. Okay. So it fetches the data from the employees table where the department ID in departments table. Okay, you understood? Everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone understood?
Yes.
Yeah, it will give
Yes.
the IDs only. So where department ID in. So this, whatever the data is there in this column, it will try to match with this whatever it is fetching. So if this ID and these IDs are matching, then only we'll get. So that means it's like common matching data.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, ma'am, along with employee ID, first name, last name,
Okay.
are there department ID also?
Okay, fine. Department ID. Okay. And
Yes.
I'm also doing this. Select department ID from departments. So I have written the query here, whatever I have written this. Okay. So the same query I have written here. So I'm executing this both. So you people can understand easily. Okay. If you see here, that is the first query. Select. So here we have seen some IDs are there 10, 20, 50, 60, 80, 90, 110, 190. Okay. And the next,
Yes, ma'am.
the department ID in. It's like if whatever the IDs which it will give, it will compare whether that ID is there in this employees table. So if you see here 10, 20, 50, 60, 80, 90, 110. 10, 20.
So it will also show the duplicates value.
Yeah, it will also show the duplicate values, whatever the data is there. So if this
Okay,
ID
ma'am.
is there in this, it will also fetch this ID. So I think you understood about the subquery.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for one subquery, I will tell you one more example. Select star from employees. Okay. So in this employees table, you see here salary is there. Okay. Okay. So now I want to fetch the salary. Who is the maximum? Who has maximum salary? Anybody know how to write the query for this?
Yes, max in bracket salary.
Okay. Select max salary.
From employees.
From employee.
Okay. So, and I need to fetch the data too. How?
Select star from
Then
employee.
select star from employees.
Select
Use
star.
memo where
Select star from employees. Where?
salary is maximum.
Where
Salary.
salary.
Where salary?
Order by maximum.
Where salary order by. Where salary order by. That's it. You don't give any condition here.
Where salary.
Class, what we mentioned.
No, you're using subquery.
Subquery. Okay, fine. Where salary in
Select
we can keep it is equals to here, and now select
salary, maximum salary
salary from
Employees.
employees.
So it's trying to fetch select star from employees where salary is equals to. Now here select max salary from employees. So it will fetch only the max salary here. So what is max salary in this table? We'll see once. 53,000 is there.
This one.
I think only 53,000.
53.
Okay. So this subquery, whatever the query we have written in this where salary is equals to, this subquery will return 53,000. Okay. So, and it will mention here where salary is equals to it will return 53,000. So it will try to fetch the data from where salary is equals to 53,000. So you understood here what's happening. We have given
Yes, ma'am.
condition where salary is equals to, and it will fetch 53,000. Okay, so we can write it by another query, like how? Select star from employees. Okay. Order by
Salary
salary,
decrease.
salary, descending.
Yes.
Descending
Limit
means
one.
what it will give?
Lower order.
And
Yeah,
increasing
from
order.
higher to
Decreasing.
lower.
Yes, ma'am.
And limit 1.
Yeah, so first let me execute this. If we execute this, what it will get? We get the higher salary to lower
Lower salary.
salary. But we need only one. That means only the one highest salary. So what we keep here? You already remember limit, right?
Yes. Limit 1.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
limit 1. So if I keep here limit 1, only I will get one record.
First row
53,000.
only.
I think you understood.
No, ma'am. How order
Yes,
by
ma'am.
lower?
Order by? Okay, order by.
Actually, ma'am, we don't know what is the use of order by.
Order by is nothing but an alignment. Like, okay, wait. Order by, we have two parameters, either ascending or descending here. So order by will fetch the data based on the column which we have mentioned, like order by salary ascending. So if you see here salary, the data is like 24,000, 17,000, 19,000, 16,000, 18,000. So there is no alignment in the salary, right? It's,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, one is higher and one is lower and another one is higher and lower, higher. So we just want the data which should be aligned data from higher to lower or lower to higher. So that's why we are using order by. So we have used order by on which base? Descending. Descending means what it will give? Higher to lower, right?
Higher data to lower data.
Yeah, higher data to lower data. That means okay, I'll stop this limit. I'm just searching this. So if you see here salary 53,000 to the lowest one 8,500. Okay, and I'm keeping here ascending, order by salary ascending. So you tell me that what it will fetch when I'm using order by
Lowest.
salary
Lower
ascending.
to higher.
It will show the lowest salary first.
Yeah, will fetch the data from lower to higher salary. Now you see here, first it is null, 8,500 it starts, and then the final value is 53,000 because it is higher, and we have given order by salary as ascending.
Ascending.
So you understood,
Yes, ma'am.
everyone?
How to find
Ma'am,
Yes.
if I find in middle of salary, how to find this using order by?
If you want to,
Yes, ma'am. If I want third row or fourth row salary column, then
okay.
how?
Set
So
limit, ma'am.
what I do is select star from orders, order by salary ascending. Okay. So I want to fetch the data, the salary who is higher, right? So
Limit.
what I mentioned here, limit 1. When
Like
I'm using
comma.
limit 1 means what it will return?
Higher salary.
Higher salary.
Only the
Yeah.
first row.
So limit 1 is nothing but it only fetch one record when we are using limit 1. And order by salary descending. We have given descending. That means higher to lower.
Right from lawyer.
So we have got the data. Which one is?
53,000.
Yes. First highest salary employee. First highest salary employee. Okay. So now I'm copying this again. Okay. I want to fetch only the second person. I don't want to fetch the first person even. I want to fetch only the second person who's having the second highest salary. How to fetch the second highest salary? I think
Limit.
I already told you that the limit offset row count, right?
Yes.
So what is limit offset and row count? Offset is nothing but from where to where it should start. So if you have 1 lakh rows, I want the data, the next 50,000 rows only. So what should I give there? Then I have to give there limit 50,000
50,000.
and next 50,000 rows I want. So what it will fetch? It will escape the first 50,000 rows and the next 50,000 rows I want. So it will fetch like that. So likewise, I want the data only the second highest salary employee. So what to do now? Select star from employees,
Yeah.
order by salary descending. Descending means what? Highest to lowest. So we
Yeah.
have got the,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, okay. I will just execute this one. People see this. So which employee we want? This 43,000 employee. That means he's the second highest, right?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah. Second highest means I don't
1,
want
comma
this
2.
1,2.
1, comma 1, I guess.
1,1.
Oh, sorry,
Because we
1,
want
1.
only one record.
One only.
The second. And the first one we don't want this. It should start with the second. So what we got now? 43,000. That means we have
Yes, ma'am.
got the second. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
We want only the second. It should start with the second record. That's why we don't want this one. So we are removing that. So we want only one record. That's why we are giving here one record. Okay, now you people tell me that I want records from 6th. I want records from 6th row and only I need 5 rows. What should I give here?
1, comma
5, comma 5.
I want the data
1,
from
comma 4.
6th row. I don't want the first 5 rows.
5, comma 1.
Yeah. So 5. That means it will not take the first 5 rows. It will start from the 6th. And I want the next 6 rows I want. So what it will fetch? It will not fetch the first 5 records. It will ignore it. And it will fetch the data from the next 5 records.
6 rows.
So 6 to 6 records we need. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So ID number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 it will fetch because we have given 5 here. That means it will ignore first 5 rows and the next 6 rows we need. Okay, so I think you people understand what is order by and what is limit and how to use subquery here. Select max salary from employees.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Select star from employees. So one more thing, what is group by? Are you all ready to listen group by now?
No, ma'am.
No.
Group the data, ma'am.
No. Group by is nothing but grouping the database. But okay, is there any example to draw page? Okay, so here if you see here employee table. So there are multiple names here and their occupations. Okay. So what is group by? Select count start from employees. What it will return? Employee.
Row count.
Yeah. We'll get the total count. Okay. So I want to get the employees based on the occupation. So in each occupation, how many employees are there? So how to get that? We'll do group by. Select count star from employees. Group by. Group by what? Occupation. Okay. So whenever we are using group by occupation, so based on this scientist, engineer, actor, doctor. So in the scientist, how many people are there? It will try to fetch. And engineer, how many engineers are there? Here one more engineer is there. So 2. So it will create groups. How many occupations are there? Based on that, it will create groups and then it will return whatever the employees, whoever the employees are there in that occupation.
Non-employee.
Unknown
Not in-
column occupation in group statement. Okay. So
Employee.
yes, employee. Okay, fine. So if you see here in the occupation scientist, how many people are there in this occupation?
2.
2 people are there. And in engineer,
2.
2 people are there. Okay. So in every occupation, 2 people are there. So group by is nothing but, so you can use group by on occupation. So there are different occupations are there. So we have used group by. So for every occupation, it will give the count. How many are there? So occupation. Select average working hours from employee. So now we are going to find that in each occupation, like in each department, what is the average working hours? Okay, from employee group by what? Working hours. No, group by what?
Department.
Occupation. Right?
Yes, occupation, yes.
Yeah. So average working hours, but we are not seeing the occupation here. So it is, we are getting the data, but still, so 12, 10, 13 are there. So different working hours are there, average working hours, but we are
We
didn't
have to
know which
mention
After
occupation
select, we
there.
have to mention
After select.
occupation.
Yeah. So we
And
need to
occupation.
mention here occupation too. Then only we'll get to know occupation and their average working time. So for the scientist, the average working hour is 12. So it is also, if you see here, 12, 10, 13, 14 are there. So what we need to give here? We can give order by from maximum to
Minimum.
minimum. So order
Descending.
by what? Average working
Descending.
hours. Average working hours descending.
Then working hours, working date.
Okay, thank you.
Hours working.
Working hours. Order by average working hours descending. So if you see here, the maximum average working hours is for which occupation? Doctor.
Doctor 14.
And the minimum working hour for engineer, that is 10. And the next, so I think we can give it here as average time. Ordered by what? We have given average working
time,
hours
10.
alias name, that is
Average time.
average
Average
time.
time.
So we can give it
Average
here
time.
average time. So if you see here average time, so we have got like this. And what else? Average working hours we have got, and the group by occupation. And one more thing, we have given in the order by average time, that is nothing but average working hours. If I give here 2, will it execute? Anybody?
No.
Yes, it will execute. So what's happening here is, whenever we are using order by, and in that if we are giving numbers, that means based on what? So 2 is nothing but here 1, occupation is the first column, and average working hours is the second column.
Second
Okay.
call.
So that's
Okay.
why we can also mention here 2. Okay, so if I mention here 1 and I'm trying to execute this, so if you see here, it will give the result based on the alphabetical, because occupation is a varchar, it contains string format. So it's giving the order by 1 descending. So first T, it starts from the T, and the A is the minimum one, because it's starting from the descending, right, from T to A. So I think, and 1 is nothing but what here?
Occupation.
Yes.
Occupation.
Occupation. So whenever we are using 1 or 2 or 3 means, that means it will fetch the data from third column if you are giving 3 here, and if you are giving here 4 means it will try to fetch the data from fourth column. But however, we are given only 2 columns, so even if we given 4 and trying to execute, but still it will show the error. Okay, so unknown column 4 in order class. You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
But for better understanding, we have to give average time because we have already declared average time as alias name. So if you become an expert, then you can use here order by number like that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm beginner, ma'am.
Okay. So what is union?
It will
Union
merge the two
nothing but
columns and
yeah.
skip the
No,
common data.
Unique data.
it will try to merge the data from two select queries. Okay. So it will fetch the data from one select query and it will fetch the data from another select query and it will merge the data into one. And in union, it will not contain any duplicate
Duplicate
data.
value.
It contains only unique data. Okay.
Yes,
But when
ma'am.
coming to union all, it contains
All the data from two
All the
select
data from
no
columns.
filtration, no duplicates removal. Okay. And
all the
intersection
data.
is nothing but it will fetch the
Only the common data.
yeah, it will fetch the
Unique.
common data, but in Oracle and all, it will execute. In Oracle, whoever having another one, so you can do this like select expression 1, expression 2, expression n from tables. Where condition, if you want to give where condition, then you can give where department is equals to only this department. From which department only we have to get the data. So we can give like that. Intersect another expression from table and intersect another expression. You can give any number of select queries. That's not a problem. Okay. But in MySQL, it will not support intersect operator. That's why we are using in class. What in class will do? It will first data whatever the data is there in the in operator. So in 40, 50, 60 or else strings, the names is there in the in, then it will try to compare with the table which we are fetching the data. So if this 40, 50, 60s are IDs are there in this, whatever the table we are fetching, employees table or the departments table, if that these numbers are there in that table, it will fetch. Okay. So based on these columns, so if we are giving another like numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 to 10 numbers, we are giving in this in operator, and these numbers are not there in this employees table department ID. So will it fetch if these IDs are not there in this employee table?
No, ma'am.
No, it will not fetch because that data is not common, right? So intersect is nothing but it will only fetch the common data between the two tables or whatever. So and group by. Okay, if we okay, I'm giving you an example. Okay, so okay, people gathering are there. So people gathering, it will be like from multiple countries. Okay, so from multiple countries, people gather together for a party. So how do you know that from which country, how many people are there? What do you do there? Group by what you do?
Go by country.
Yeah, group
Country.
by
Country
country
name.
means it will create a group for each country. Then it will try to count the employees, like count the people, how many people are there from each country. Then it will give the count, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you can use that. So group by department ID or group by occupation or group by country or group by city, whatever. So based on the group, so based on the groups, what you have divided. So based on that, it will give the result. Okay. So if you give here, select occupation average working hours from employee, and you are not giving this group by, then what it will give? it will directly give the average working hours for all the employees, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, for all the employees it will give. If you use here group by occupation, that means what it will give. So first what it will do is, in the employee table, it will group by the occupations. So based on the occupations like engineer, doctor, teacher, whatever. So based on that, first it will divide the data, and then it will try to count the data, count the people, whoever are there in different occupations. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you people try to practice it today, and I'm giving you an assignment today that is different, that is based on aggregate and like operator.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, aggregate and like operator, and group by also there, and limit, and the first salary, second highest salary. You already learned here, right? How to get the first highest salary and the second highest salary.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I will
Yes,
share it
ma'am.
today. So you people try to complete it. If you are not done, or if you have any doubts in that assignment, so we will discuss it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Anybody have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.